Let's talk about the aftermath of the Afcon 2025. CAF has given its final verdict and also sanctions to countries that misbehaved in the tournament. Heavy sanctions. We are going to talk about all that and many more. So please make sure to like, subscribe, and also turn on notification. My name is Adam. Thank you very much for watching. So guys, quickly, let's jump into it. Let's begin with the finals of the Afcon 2025. It was played between Senegal and Morocco. The most dramatic final I have ever seen in my life. Ball boys and also players fighting over towels. I've never seen that before until the finals and also the semi-finals. Also, the whole thing that happened on the pitch. Now, let me refresh your memory concerning that. When the game was going on, everything was perfect until Senegal scored a goal. The referee whistled and said it was an offside and disallowed the goal. The Senegalese players, they protested. They went to the referee and told the referee, go and check the VAR. Go consult the VAR. Check the goal and see if it's an offside or not. But as at that moment, the referee has already whistled. There was no way for him to even consult the VAR. So that was chopped up. Few minutes later, Morocco had a penalty incident. Now, that was checked by the VAR and Morocco were awarded with a penalty. That was when the Senegalese players were like, no, we are not going to accept this. This is daylight robbery. You know what? We are not going to play the game. So the coach told the players, return. Just leave the pitch and go back to the dressing room. We are not going to play this game again. And then it took Sadio Mane to bring all the players back on the pitch so they can finish the game like men. And he knew if they abandoned that game, the implication would have been serious, both from CAF and also from FIFA. So Sadio Mane got all the players on the pitch. They continued with the game. Morocco played the penalty through Diaz. He missed. He was trying to play a Penenka. He missed. Now, after missing the penalty in extra time, Pape of Senegal scored a goal, and that game ended in a 1-0 win for Senegal, and Senegal walked away with the trophy. So guys, basically, in summary, that is what happened in the finals of the Afcon 2025. Now, that was so dramatic to the extent that it shed a very bad light on the Afcon, and CAF decided to set an example to punish and also to sanction players after investigation, after players facing the disciplinary committee and everything. Now, let me go through the sanctions from CAF because this is official. Now, CAF issues unprecedented sanctions for Senegal and Morocco as punishment for the Afcon 2025 final incident. For Senegal, they have been fined a total of $615,000 in total. Now, let me break this down. $300,000 for supporters' misbehavior. Now, immediately the penalty was awarded, the fans were like, nah, we are not taking this. So some were breaching the perimeter, some were fighting with the security personnel, and CAF has fined the association $300,000 for supporters' misbehavior. Now, $300,000 has also been fined for players and staff misbehavior. Now, we saw some of the players misbehaving towards the referee, towards the coaches fighting themselves, the technical team. So CAF has fined the association $300,000 for players and also staff misbehavior. $300,000. Let's move on to the next one. The association has also been fined $15,000 for 5 yellow cards received in the finals. So guys, this brings us to a grand total of $615,000 in fines to the association. So guys, this is coming from CAF Street. Now let's go on and talk about some individual sanctions. Thiaw, the coach of Senegal, has been suspended for 5 official CAF matches, plus $100,000 for bringing the game to a dispute. Now, we all saw him doing like this. Leave the pitch, leave the pitch, leave the pitch. And I even said that, look, that is a bad thing to do because indirectly you abandon the game. Yes, so what we hear from CAF is that after investigation, the coach would be suspended for 5 official CAF matches plus $100,000 for bringing the game to a stop. So that is the sanction that went to the Senegalese coach. Now the Senegalese players, Iliman Ndiaye and also Ismaila Sarr, they faced the disciplinary committee to explain their part of what happened in the finals. Now, these two players have been suspended for 2 official CAF matches each for unsupporting behavior towards the referee. Yes, so all the sanctions I've mentioned are all directed to Senegal. So the association have been fined 615,000 US dollars. Breaking it down, it is 300,000 US dollars for supporters misbehavior, another 300,000 US dollars for players and staff misbehavior, and 15,000 US dollars for 5 yellow cards received in the final. The coach of Senegal, Pape, has been suspended for 5 official CAF matches plus 100,000 US dollars for bringing the game to a stop. And also Senegal players iliman, ndiaye, and also Ismael Sarr have been suspended for 2 CAF official matches for unsupporting behavior towards the referee. Now let's jump to Morocco, because they have also been fined by CAF. Now, Morocco have a total fine of 415,000 US dollars in total, and this is the breakdown. 200,000 US dollars for stadium ball boys misbehavior. We all saw them dragging towel with goalkeepers, reserve players. I mean, that was crazy. That is not all. Another 100,000 for players and staff misbehavior. Then another 100,000 fine for Ismael Saibari plus 3 official CAF matches. Yes. So Ismael Saibari, what he did was that he was also blocking the reserve goalkeeper of Senegal from, giving the towel to Edouard Mandi. And now he has been fined 100,000 US dollars for that, and also have been banned for 3 official CAF matches. So guys, you now know. Now let's move on. Hakimi was also seen throwing towel away. Yes, we also saw him doing that. He was throwing towel away, the towel for Edouard Mendy. Now, what happened is that CAF has, viewed the video, have investigated the video, and have decided to ban Hakimi for 2 official CAF matches. Yes, 2 official CAF matches. Hakimi have been banned for 2 official CAF matches, and also 15,000 US dollars for fans using laser. Now, I told you the last time that if you are looking for items that are not allowed in the stadium, laser lights is number 1. But then in the finals, Morocco were using laser lights. The fans were using laser lights, and CAF has decided to fine, the association 15,000 US dollars for using laser lights. Yes, so guys, this is the total of all the fines that have been issued by CAF. It brings the grand total to 415,000 US dollars in fines to Morocco, and also their part they had in the finals of the Afcon. So guys, let me know what you think about all this down below in the comments. It looks like CAF has decided to set an example to all these teams, because this should not happen again. This sheds a very bad light on the Afcon, and CAF does not want this. Now, that is not all. CAF has also rejected Morocco's appeal to argue that Senegal should be stripped of the title because they abandoned the match when they walked off. Morocco. So Morocco actually appealed to CAF and told CAF that, look, Senegal walked off the pitch. They abandoned the game. They shouldn't be awarded the trophy. But CAF has rejected that because the trophy is already where it is. They've already celebrated. They did all the trophy parade. So CAF has rejected Morocco's appeal that argued that Senegal should be stripped of the title because they abandoned the match and walked off the pitch. So guys, these are the sanctions from CAF, heavy ones. Let me know what you think about it down below in the comment. Do you think it's fair? I think it's fair. I think CAF has really, issued out all these punishments in all fairness. I mean, Morocco have had their own share. Senegal has also have their own share. So guys, let me know what you think about that down below in the comments. Now, that is not all when it comes to sanctions. Algeria also received their own share of sanctions. Now, Algeria played a game against Nigeria, and after the game, Algerian players, the staff, they went straight to the referee, and their behavior towards the referee was unprecedented. Now, this is the sanction from CAF towards the Association of Algeria. Now, let's go through it. Let's start from the sporting sanctions. Luca Zidane, the goalkeeper of Algeria, has been handed 2-match suspension, which will serve during the Afcon 2027 qualifiers. Rafik Belghali received 4-match ban with 2 matches suspended, meaning he will miss 2 immediate competitive fixtures and unless there are further violations. So guys, these are the sporting sanctions to individual players who went above board when it came to their reaction. Now let's talk about the financial sanctions to the association, the Algerian Football Association. CAF has fined the Algerian Football Association a total of $100,000, and this is the breakdown. $5,000 for improper team conduct, that is accumulation of yellow cards and red cards. That is not all. $25,000 for inappropriate behavior by players and officials. $5,000 for the use of flares in the stadium. $5,000 for throwing objects to the pitch. $10,000 for failure to comply with security regulation, and $50,000 for offensive gestures directed to match referee. This brings us to the grand total of $100,000 in fines to the Algerian Football Federation. CAF is not joking this time around, man. CAF is not joking. So guys, these are some of the sanctions that were issued to countries that misbehaved during the Afcon tournament. Let us know what you think about all this down below in the comments. I mean, for Algeria, it was $100,000 in total. For Senegal, it is $615,000 in total, and Morocco, it is $415,000 in total. Now, let me know what you think about all this down below in the comments. Was CAF fair in their dealing when it came to the sanction? Let me know. I think this is the right way to go. These sanctions are fair in my own opinion. I mean, this will make other associations or other countries think twice before behaving like this in an Afcon tournament. But then I think this is the right way to go. CAF have done their best and have punished them appropriately. Let me know what you think about all this down below in the comments. This is why I bring this video to the end. My name is Adam. I'll make sure to see you in the next one. Charlie, goodbye.